So in general, if pi radians equals 180 degrees, then 1 radian equals 180 degrees divided by pi, and 1 degree equals pi divided by 180 degrees. So at this point, I'm going to ask you guys to, I'm going to do the first couple few for you, and then I'm going to ask you guys to take that unit circle handout that I have posted in D2L, and it has this unit circle already on it, but with blanks. So go ahead and fill in that unit circle with the degrees from the angles, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take those degrees and we're going to convert them to radians. So I'll do the first few for you. So this 0 degrees is obviously just going to be 0 or 2 pi radians. If we're looking at 30 degrees, so again to go from degrees to radians, so we're going to take 30 degrees and you multiply it by pi over 180 degrees because 1 degree is equal to this. So by doing it that way, then these degrees will cancel and we're left with 30 pi over 180, which reduces to pi over 6. So this is pi over 6. If I had to convert 45 degrees, so 45 degrees, converting it to a radian, so multiply it by pi over 180 degrees so that we can cancel those guys out. So that's going to give me 45 pi over 180, which ends up being pi over 4. 60 degrees. So if I take 60 degrees, multiply it by pi over 180, we get 80 degrees, so the degrees cancel and I'm just left with radians. So we get 60 pi over 180, which is pi over 3. And then for 90 degrees, it's pi over 2. We found that already. So I'm going to have you guys go ahead and pause the video and finish out the rest of these angles with the correct radian values, and then come back to this video after you've done that. The reason I'm asking you to do this is we're going to have a quiz over this, and you could easily be tested. And so although you can easily look these answers up, the more that you practice converting from degrees to radians, the easier off it's going to be for you. And make sure you're doing all of this without a calculator. Now that you've just completed filling in that circle with your degrees and radians, this is what you should have gotten for your solutions. So make sure you have the same answer. Make sure you do practice this. This will be on a quiz and a test. You do need to know how to go from degrees to radians and then also all the special angles on a unit circle. So let's go back to that arc length formula. So if we had to find the length of the arc of a circle of radius 5 miles subtended by a central angle of 120 degrees. So we learned this formula for arc length. So if we know that, we can figure out, and then the other thing to know is your angle needs to be in radians. So we know that the radius is 5, so I'm solving for the arc length. The radius is 5, and now I need to find that angle. Well, they gave me the angle of 220 degrees, but I need it to be in radians, so let's convert it. So times pi over 180 degrees. And that ends up becoming 220 pi over 180, which reduces to 11 pi over 9. So that's where that will go right there. So when you multiply that through, you're going to get 55 pi over 9. And then at this point, and this is going to be, make sure we've got our units because it's a length, so our units are going to be in terms of miles. And then at this point, you could use a calculator, so put this in your calculator. You can use the Desmo Scientific Calculator, and you'll get about 19.2 miles.